Hello and good evening. This is Doc Severson for the ReadySetCrypto OMNIA trade of the day for Sunday, the 16th of August. Now bear in mind that I'm cutting this video fairly early on Sunday morning, so there's about another 12 hours to go before we finish out the trading day, and a lot of activity could actually happen between now and then, so keep that in mind. So take anything I say here with a grain of salt. First of all, let's look at the expected move for, first of all, the end of August to 28 August, and then we're going to look at the same value for 25 September, which is represented by this red line here. Now, the way that I'm getting these numbers is to go into the Deribit option chain and look at the at-the-money options and figure out what the at-the-money straddle is currently priced at, which will show roughly about a 1 standard deviation move plus minus from the current price. It's about a 68.2% probability that the price will be in this envelope. Okay, for the end of August, 28 August, we have the upper level of this being 12,740. So this is going to move in just a little bit here. That's pretty close. And then the lower level for this envelope is 10,760. So we're bringing this in. Implied volatility has actually come in quite a bit lately. Okay, that's pretty close, and we're going to just drag this envelope over so you can see that this is our probability cone going forward into the end of August. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the month of September. So this is 25 September, a little over a month from now. It's important to understand what the market thinks about the forward expected move. 14,150 is where the upper bounds of this are, and we're going to bring this down to about the 93.50 level. About 93.50 is the lower expected move for this, and we're just going to pull this one out to the current price, and there's our expected move going forward for the September timeframe. Okay, so we're going to give this a little bit different color. So these move out. Obviously, with more time, you have more chance for a forward move. One comment that we can pretty much deduce from looking at this is that if we do get any kind of pullback anywhere close to the 10,000 level, then either we're going to be selling puts or buying that pullback at this point, because right now the probabilities for going under 10,000 are starting to get lower and lower as we move forward. Okay, we're in the same place that we left off as we look at the watch list here. We're at the same place that we left off last Thursday, where we're seeing most of the top 20 in consolidation with a couple exceptions, as we'll see. But these are in consolidation, and some of the altcoins have been blowing up. And that is still the case from Thursday. Bitcoin today is down about 1%, which is basically noise, as is Ethereum. Ethereum may be looking to test the breakout. We were particularly excited by the setup last Thursday, and shortly after we cut the video, we did get a breakout, which is good for about 10% on the spot. And that is coming in a little bit. And I think the reason why we're coming in on Ethereum is because we have a weekly chart, which is just a little bit extended right now in terms of exhaustion. So we felt that any kind of breakout to the upside wasn't going to necessarily stick to anything great, right? We're not going to get this 100-point breakout or anything like that, but 10% was really, really nice move. Now, ironically, the daily chart's still in pretty good shape, but it's the weekly chart that we have to be concerned about with Ethereum. Maybe a few more days, maybe another week or so before this thing is going to be ready to truly break out again. Now, many of these coins actually look pretty good, like Ripple looks pretty good, Bitcoin Cash, all of these are just in major consolidation. Chainlink is just gone. Everybody is just buying the dip, but you can start to see that each breakout is getting smaller and smaller, and each consolidation is getting smaller. So what's going to happen from this is eventually this is going to arc up, and you're going to see a really decent pullback along the way here coming fairly soon. So I would not chase after Chainlink at this point. Wait on the pullback. When the pullback occurs, nobody will want Chainlink, and you can step in and freely take it off of them at that point. So wait Wait for the corrective action on Chainlink. Here's Bitcoin SV. Again, same big like weekly flag type pattern. Here is Cardano, has been in the same pattern, same flag for quite some time now. Litecoin, Binance Coin has broken out of the flag, but didn't unfortunately get anywhere. But look at the volume which is coming in. Here's the EOS, had a really nice breakout on Saturday, coming in today, retesting that breakout. Would not want to be chasing this right now. One of the recent stars lately, if I can get this on the right, there we go. Tezos has been really good, and this is a really nice tight consolidation. This one actually looks really good, and we may revisit this one in a minute. Stellar, and here's Monero. Monero actually looks pretty good as well too for a larger flag. Let's check this on the weekly chart. The weekly chart is just tipping into exhaustion, trying to recover from that. So this totally makes sense that this would perhaps break out and consolidate for a little bit longer here, but we're probably another week or two away from this one being ready for the next swing up. Here is Tron. Tron had a really nice breakout from the recent, I mean, seriously, we're talking about Tron here, and nice breakout from the recent consolidation. This one's getting a little bit, has gone from being linear to a little bit more exponential. So be careful with this one. And check the weekly chart here. The weekly chart is dipping into exhaustion, not quite there yet. Could be ready for one final breakout from this once the daily chart is ready. Here's VeChain. VeChain's looking kind of sloppy. Here's Dash, pretty sloppy as well. As we get further down the top 20, we're going to get sloppier and sloppier with some of these. Here is 0x. 0x had a good breakout on Friday from the pattern. And still has a fair amount of energy from this. So we're starting to transition, and you can start to see that this is moving into more of a big base, a big sort of cup with handle base. And so we need to build a handle at this point, not quite ready just yet. So a lot of these coins are just about there, not quite ready for this. No particular pattern and basic attention token. Here is Atom, and this one has been fairly strong since this breakout that we identified. Too little energy to go after right now. Here's Zcash, not so good. Probably the most surprising one is Orchid token. So this is one of these sort of lottery tickets where if you'd been on this one, it was up, what, 90% today alone. And this is on Coinbase. So this one is freely available for most. Still trading for less than $1. So a lot of volume has come into this one. So expect this one to get pounded back down again, but if there is a fundamental reason why Orchid token is making waves here, then after it consolidates, it'll be ready for round 2 again. So some of the other ones that we have here, Algo is actually doing really well. This is a good consolidation. Clearly not enough yet in the tank for us to go long on this yet. So wait for this to build back up again. Here's Kyber Network, and this one is building a little bit of a cup with handle again. So this is a rounded base. Wait for the consolidation on this one. Here's Neo. Neo is just sort of grinding higher, and as you're seeing right now, just because of the grind, the energy doesn't really dip, doesn't really peak, it doesn't really dip. It just sort of keeps on going. Interesting. This is the third method of consolidation, which is just sort of an upside grind, and it goes very, very slowly. But this is a very positive pattern. Again, kind of a rounded base, not really a cup with handle, but close to it. Here's Maker. Now this one was last week's Rockstar, broke out above 625 all the way up to 850 and is coming back down again. This follows the pattern with just about everything in crypto. When it goes ballistic on big volume, it runs out of buyers, and then the bears rush in, pound it down. You can see this one is also building into that big cup pattern. We're seeing these cup with handle patterns everywhere across the board. IoT is another one of these ones that's just kind of grinding higher. This is a good play, IoT, to just sort of like hang in there and just avoid it. Just don't look at it. Now with the top 20, most of the top 20 in consolidation, and certainly still Ethereum and Bitcoin are in continued consolidation. This should be a time where the altcoins can shine. And one of the best right now that we have is Ocean. Ocean is just about ready to go again. Now it's seriously in exhaustion on the weekly chart, but that seems to never really bother any of these coins. So you can see the quite clearly the consolidation here is getting closer and closer into the apex of this triangle. And as it does so, we're going to see the energy back up here again within about 2 days or so. About 2 days or so, and we're going to see Ocean Protocol probably in line for the next breakout. Hero has done its measured move from the cup with handle pattern up to, we talked about this one the other day, this green line is kind of the measured move from here. And so it's in its next consolidation. This one is to be avoided for right now. Another one that's running really well is Waves right now. Waves is running really well in exhaustion just about on every time frame at this point, but the volume is there, man. The volume is there. Volume will override any other technical indicator if it's in accumulation. This one is still relatively inexpensive as well too. So decent buy. I just don't like any kind of crypto which is running parabolic like this. Always comes back. Always comes back. So as you get the point here is that a lot of these are setting up. Some are running away right now and it's too late to chase after them. This is the pattern with crypto. It's like, unless you're in it, you're not going to win it. Can't chase after these things. The best thing that you can do is to find the patterns that are setting up. The one that I like best today is Tezos for any kind of a next move here. So this has been doing a good job of setting up. You can wait until it breaks through this trend line if you want. The energy is almost up there. I'd say within a day or two, we're going to see enough consolidation to allow this one to run. And we still have a decent amount of energy on the weekly chart, surprisingly. So this has been a good pattern. Nice higher low here on the weekly chart. Has been running like crazy from that massive energy peak on the weekly chart. So it's still playing out. We may have one swing left to the upside before it's going to need a more extensive consolidation. Still relatively inexpensive at just over $4 a coin. And that is your weekend report and your weekend trade of the day. I hope you guys have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.